Hi guys, what's up? I am GojiFan1998 and welcome back for another new video for today. Today I'm going to continue on for the next episode of GojiFan98's Toho Kaiju-a-thon. Today I am going to review Frankenstein vs. Baragon. From 1965, the first co-production between Toho and United Production America. The Frankenstein vs. Baragon had a different title in the movie. It was also known as Frankenstein vs. Subterranean Monster Baragon. In the early title of the US version, Frankenstein vs. the Giant Devilfish, but I'll mention about the history about that in a moment. And there is also known as in the US title, the official ones, was Frankenstein Conquers the World. So anyway, the movie had an interesting history I'm going to discuss about. Long before the film was actually exist, there was a novel of Frankenstein was created by Mary Shelley, if I said her name right. She wrote the novel, was set up the Frankenstein story in England, but later, it was later became adaptation in Universal Picture that starred with Boris Karloff portraying Frankenstein monsters. There are many different adaptations of it, until finally Toho thought they wanted to make their own Frankenstein monster. Ever since when John Beck sold the script of King Kong vs. Prometheus to Toho, but it was later change it when Toho was interested in it, and they decided to replace the Frankenstein monster to Godzilla to become King Kong vs. Godzilla. But before it was actually going to be Frankenstein vs. Baragon, Toho wanted to make the human-sized Frankenstein monster set up for sequel to Human Vapor titled Frankenstein vs. the Human Vapor. Shinichi Setsugawa wrote the first and only draft in the script. However, this idea never came to pass for unknown reason. It might be related due to the box office failure for Matungo, the Mushroom People film. Maybe that was the last time Toho made a human-sized kaiju. Finally, Toho thought that they wanted to make Frankenstein to fight against Godzilla to make the lightning strike twice. Toho hired Takashi Kimura to write his script. To set up he set up the battle was very awkward. The head of the Japanese Self-Defense Force decided to awaken Godzilla to combat Frankenstein as they were worried that Frankenstein will eat human. However, Toho thought the story of the film didn't make any sense, so they chose Mothra as Godzilla's next opponent to become Mothra vs. Godzilla. However, the project was not actually dead. They actually kept the idea, and they decided to ask Takashi Kimura to replace Godzilla to Baragon for the final product. The elements of Frankenstein vs. Godzilla idea was actually thrown in the movie, like James Bond character, who was played by Nick Adams. His first time appearance in a Japanese movie before made another appearance in the same year, the appearance in the Invasion of Astro Monster. The Frankenstein monster in this movie was pretty good, actually. It was actually due to makeup for the actor named Koji Furada. He was portrayed as a Frankenstein monster. Inspired of makeup was inspired of Boris Karloff version. Well, kinda. Haru Nekijima was portrayed as a monster as Baragon. The suit was actually lighted. It was created by Yagi Brothers. Katsura Yasure handled the body. Keizo Murase handled the back of the suit. And Toshio Toshimitsu sculpted the head of the Baragon. Murase also put an animatronic light inside of Baragon's horn to make it glow. And each time Baragon flopped his ear down, he was being like cute dog-like appearance. So, anyway, like I said, this movie was a co-production between Toho and United Production America, but during the post-production, Henry G. Saterstein asked Ishiro Honda and Eiji Suwabaya to shoot a new ending involving a giant octopus, since the creature portrayal in King Kong vs. Godzilla was so impressive, as some sources believe that Saperstein loves the giant octopus. Before they actually started to shoot it in that ending, it was supposed to be an American ending, however. According to Ishiro Honda, said that putting an octopus in the lake in the mountain was very awkward, but it was right. But they filmed it anyway. But a reason unknown why they decided to go with the original ending? Here's the reason. Saperstein himself did not, seeing how the ending went well, he didn't like it, so he said a new octopus wasn't that good. The ending remained unreleased until 1983 when it accidentally aired it on Japanese television, confusing the audience who saw the movie in theater. Like, hey, we didn't see that! But Saperstein managed to use the same octopus prop who would later be used in the War of Gargantulas in the following year, but I'll save it when I get there. Honda did a great job directing the movie, while Eiji Suwabaya held for special effects, and Takashi Kimura did a great job, wrote the script. Even I really prefer Frankenstein vs. Godzilla should have made. But according to what I heard from John LeMay's book, and Mutant Edition of the Lost Film book, if Frankenstein vs. Godzilla should have made, we might feature Godzilla to fight a giant devilfish. Might be the battle between Godzilla and an octopus. That would be cool. Like, if the octopus being taught his lesson for being out of appear out of nowhere, maybe Godzilla can fry the octopus with his atomic breath. Well, we have only... But Nick Adams' character as Dr. Ballin was really good. I love the characters in the movie. It was so good. Akira Ifukube delivered the most incredible score in the movie. Especially the Frankenstein vs. Baragon's battle theme was really good. I love every track that he did. Some of the track of this movie will later be used in Godzilla vs. Gigan as stage music. I like the performance of Baragon. He was very impressive, but according to some artwork, Baragon used his ears to protect his eye while he's burrowing underground. When he was going underground, he used his magma heat ray to get to burn enough soft dirt so he could burrow easily. Frankenstein in this movie was 20 meters in height, while Baragon was like, I don't know, maybe 30 or what? I can't remember much. And I like the story that is set in the beginning. Was set up back in 1945 during the end of World War II, when a Nazi soldier took the heart of Frankenstein away from Dr. Risado and sent it to Japan so that Japan could make in the armies an immortal soldier. But during the day when the Americans dropped the atom bomb at him, presumably the heart of Frankenstein was destroyed, but unfortunately it wasn't. It was irradiated as a mortal heart that had slowly regrown into the feral boy. The heart of Frankenstein cannot die. Yes, when you create a monster, the heart of a creature cannot die. And it also noted, if he loses any of his body part, like his leg or his arm, he will grow as long as he has a source of protein, so it'll help him grow. And Frankenstein in this movie, he has a caveman-like intelligence, so he can make his own clothing, building fire, and cooking some food. Well, just like a caveman will do when they hunt for food. It was pretty cool. I really love the story, and everything was pretty good. And I really love the alternate ending of a giant octopus ending. I don't know why, but I just found it was just pretty cool. But I know it was really unrealistic because of it. But when the movie came in the U.S. in that same time, it was distributed by the American International Pictures and given it a title as Frankenstein Conquers the World. They go with the original ending. As I mentioned, Severstein didn't like the ending since the new octopus puppet wasn't that good. They go with the original ending where Frankenstein got swallowed by an earthquake after he killed Baragon. But this movie does feature some unused shot. It was being shown in America. It was only released in theaters. But it was also shown on Germany DVD release for some scene that was never shown before. However, if you get this DVD of Tokyo Shock like this, it was on disc number 2, was featured some deleted scene was there, including some unused shot that was also being shown, including the bloomers where the tank can actually broke and crashed into a nearby hill or wherever it hit. Yes. And yes, the movie does feature some of the great familiar faces from the past Toho film, like Yoshio Tsuchida, who was portrayed as a soldier who brought the heart of Frankenstein to Hiroshima, who would later work in the oil field, and Akira, who saw Baragon's attack, along with Kenji Sahara, who is a police detective, along with Jun Tasaki, also portrays another police character. Yeah, the movie does feature a great familiar face from the past we know. And later after that, Toho made it a loose sequel to this movie, but it has nothing to do with it, and something's changed. But I'm gonna save it when I get there. Well, that's all I have to say for Frankenstein vs. Baragon. Stay tuned to the next episode. I'm going to review The War of the Gargantulas in the following month, at the same day, at 12 p.m., and it will be on April 14th at 12 p.m. sharp. Don't miss that. So this will be the next entrance of my Toho Kaiju-a-thon series. Thanks for watching, you guys, and I will always stay with you fans and go with you fan 1998 will always be for more and do more videos in the future. So yeah, so stay with you fans as always. Sorry, my friends. Bye.